Hi everybody, welcome back to TekWarfare episode 54 with me, Sid, and if you caught the live stream on Sunday, you know we did a load more building over near the Vineyard. However, the Vineyard is proving to be really successful. Incidentally, I'm going to keep coming down here and brewing more stuff, so yeah, but the Vineyard is being successful in terms of its amount it's producing, so we need to address that. And again, I know I don't need to do this. This is just me. This is what I like to do this, just to indicate what is in each item for my own reference, I suppose. I know I can look at there and I can see there's 22 grapes in it, but that is an immediate visual representation to me of what's in there. So that's currently what we got. There's not a lot going on there. We probably should do the same with apples, or at least bring the apple storage over here, and maybe even honey and ironberries. You know, there's. Having said that, we're gonna faff around to find space for all of those. But anyway, let's deal with the problem at hand right now. So I have, before we started, gone and made some more braziers of hoarding and some hoppers, and we're going to just go and automate those two processes. We'll take the quickish way out, the quickish way out. There you go, through the sally port and eight. And I've got the right number, haven't I? Good. So this one here, I'm not too worried about because it's only a small affair. But again, if it fills up, it's a bit of a pain. So let's get one of those in there, and then get one of those on there. Looks a little odd. I think we might need to do something to address that, at least somewhat. This one won't be so problematic because it's obviously underground. But again, we can pop you in there, pop you in there, and that's hidden. This one has the same problem as the other though, which is that it is going to be visible, so that's a thing to consider. But you can see that they're very successful. They work very well. Noise is a little bit obnoxious. In fact, let me add recent brazier absorb. There we go. That is much more acceptable. I don't want to hear that constantly. It's a nice sound, but if you're doing something like that where you're sending vast quantities of material through, or even just large quantities, they don't even have to be vast, let's be honest, then it is a little obnoxious. Right, let me grab some spruce. And let me make some spruce trapdoors. That's what I want. Shump. That's 6. Actually, 6 is enough. Because we can't. I don't think we can get away with one on the front because there, but we can at least hide. Oh, in this case, 2 was enough, wasn't it? We can at least hide that a little bit, and similarly down here, so it'll just be that little bit less in your face. Perfect. Job, as they say, is a good one. So where I left it after the stream was we need to connect a path across here, which we're going to take this way. You know. Until we get like to here where we can just keep coming in like so. And And then we need to finish off decorating in here, decorating around here. We need more trees, we need more foliage, lots of good stuff. This is the meat, the bread and butter. This is the meat of the actual work. So I think to start off with, what we will do, apart from get rid of some of that, is, and we'll take some of this and we'll chisel you up into a bit of that. Right, so I'm going to bring that's going to come over into here, and we'll replace that dirt and that stone, I should say, and so on and so forth. And there's going to be, it's going to obviously continue across like that over to here. I think it probably will be all the way as wide as, maybe not quite as wide as that. Let's just take that one out and maybe to there, and then we can put like a hedge or something going around to protect that. I think that might work. So I just need to work that out. We're going to put a shed here, so we'll work that out before we put the path in. Actually, the shed will be, for the sake of argument, made out of spruce. There you go. Take it from there. Go 1, 2, 3, and 1. I don't think any bigger than that is necessary, and then like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Kind of that shape. That gives us a shape to conform to as well there. And that will kind of come over this way. And also down here like that perhaps. We need to do a little bit of shaping here just to round that off. I'm going to take all these blocks out. We can always replace it. I can always get grass blocks later. That's not a problem. Yeah, I like that better. I think that needs to come like so. Up to there, and then I'll leave that grass in. Saves me doing it later. And then we've got, that gives us plenty of room over here for the old hoofer what's-in-a-jig. So that's kind of what we got going on there. Maybe a bit more like that actually. So from there, yeah, let's get some variation in and vary this ground up a wee bit, shall we? And I'll start with some dirt blocks and take it from there. Back in a second. Alright, that's got the path in. Nothing fancy, just usual technique there. We are going to do some work with these because I did say that we were going to put a proper support structure in, so we'll get like an obvious wooden beam there, and we'll do the same at the back here, and that will just kind of tie up that little loose end. Now I want to stick some fence down here, but I don't want it to join up. So one of the problems you often have with Minecraft, well, one of the problems I often have with Minecraft is that this stuff automatically joins to that. I don't want you to do that. I want you to go somewhat. Have I got more fence than that? Surely I've got more fence than that kicking around. Oh, maybe I haven't got more fence than that kicking around. I've got a little bit of that and a little bit of this, but we can kind of get in here like this, and maybe just use one of those blocks there. That's the bit that's what I'm after. That shape. Not with that. Let's just use a bit of U. We'll stick those and those away, and that one while we're at it. Oh, and that. And we can have a look and we can see that this is pretty much a standard shaped block. You know, it's except the fact that it's actually, even though it's visibly the same height as that, it is actually a different height. But you can see it's 4x4 in the pixels there, so we can quite readily come in with a chisel and take this back to, we need to go 1, so that's your 4, and then obviously we'd come in this way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we need to take you out temporarily to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and from there we should be good then to go in with the horizontal lines, which are 1 down, and then it's 3, and then there's a gap of 3, so 1, 2, 3, and then a gap of 3, and then 1, 2, 3. So that works. Then obviously we can just do connected texture there, and there. And if I go and grab this, pop that through the works, we'll get a few of these, because I'm going to need maybe 2 or 3 of the, probably 2 or 3's worth anyway to mirror this. And then we'll go 1, 2, 3, and then placement 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and oh, that's going to be awkward. What do we do there? One option, we just take that out. That works, because what we can do then is I can actually use chisels and bits to put a, this is weird dark, it's not going to be perfect, but it should pass casual glance. I think that will work if we, I mean, I know it's there. It doesn't look quite right actually, so let me just take that out. Let's let's see what we can get. How close can we get that to that colour? Might manage it with one of those. Because that's 4. Yeah, we might get away with that. Let's grab the whole thing, go back to this, and then we'll try and put that in like so. I mean, it's not, again, it is not going to be perfect, but it works. I'm not going to complain. It works well enough for what we have going on here. So yeah, that's a fence in there without actually using fence. Cool. We'll get rid of you, get rid of you, get rid of that, and we'll take all of that lot and we'll just dump all of that away. But no, we won't, because that one doesn't want to go there. And there. No, man. My dumping chests are getting full. Right. Now, in terms of what I want to put in there, let us take this cart and bring it back there. That works. That gets us a little bit of decoration out of the way there. What else? Well, we need to get this shed done next, so let me just do a quick bit of concentrated work on that. I don't think it's going to be anything fancy. It is just going to be a simple wooden shed with maybe a thatched roof, depending on how much thatch I've got. Some and more. Yeah, so with a thatched roof. What am I like for oak? I've got a reasonable amount of oak. We've got some of that still, and some of that, and there should still be some oak there. So let's do this out of oak. Use the same material that we've done these out of, certainly for the uprights anyway. And I'll get this done, be back in a second. Alright, apart from a few cheeky chicks dying from starvation in the background, we've got this in, we've got the shed in, I've thrown a little bit of mistletoe around the place, and now I want to get these willows in. So I want 3, I think, across here, maybe something around there. I'm not on this side, I'm not entirely sure, but definitely a couple down there. So I've built up where we want the actual blocks to go. I've got 10. I've also done a little bit of shearing of the old willow blocks. Now the problem here is this: if let's come from here, and then we'll come from here, and then we'll come from here, and then there. That looks a little bit too clean. Now what I've see, I've just changed something, and now bang bang bang, whole load of these leaves despawn. It is a really unfortunate thing. I'm going to have to go. I'm going to take those off and then put my own on, because I can that way I can guarantee that they won't despawn on me. But maybe we should come down. No, I think 3 and then 2. That's more of a shape. I mean, obviously it's a shape, but and again from there we can, in fact, we can come up one like that, and we'll come out one either side, like a so, and then maybe even that is a chiseled block of grass. So I think, because this is going to provide light, so we need to take you out. We need to pop a bit of you there and pop a little bit of you there. I need more willow wood, don't I? And then we need to put that on, but we'll do that, and we'll do I don't know, that's quite a tall one, so I might do a shortish one on this side. First things first though, let's go and grow. I'm not worried about the leaves right now, I just want to get some willow logs grown, so I'll bone meal those up, chop them down, do the ting. And we'll get those in. We're going to stick I think we might stick one of those poplar trees here, and maybe even another one coming up. There's a leaf there. Oh, some more leaves. Hello. Damn it, I just despawned. It's first law of sod. Yeah, so we'll chop a few of these down, get some leafies, and not leafies, loggies. And yeah, we'll see where that takes us, shall we? Back in a second. That is starting to look quite natural. Get some weeds on it. I don't know why I'm actually down, but yeah, that is, I think that works. I mean, if I grow a willow tree over here, it might not even be necessary to custom it. You just go in and put one in, as long as I don't break any blocks around it. I suppose the other thing is we don't want all willows, so we could go and stick some other oak, some oak in and things, just to, mind you, yeah, we can put oak in, providing I whack a non dirt block under it. We should be fine with that, I think. Can I? Oh, they're not going to fit. How am I going to fit these anywhere? Probably not. Let's have a look. I've got some oak leaves. I will need more oak leaves almost certainly for what I want to do. I've got oak. I've got wind. Better. Let's get a couple. In fact, let's do a couple of maples. We'll have a couple of sakura out there, and maybe even one. I'll take 2 ghostwoods. I can't resist the ghostwoods. They're such lovely, pardon me, plants. Take a few of those, and a little bit of cobble. So from here, I think what we're going to need to do is put in a few other trees. So what I want to do is down here, I want to put some more poplars. I want to bring them across here and then all the way around this side. But here I think we'll stick in something a bit non-standard. So maybe we'll start off with a ghost wood, shall we? Let's see what we can get out of this, because these are stunningly large trees. Maybe a little bit of maple there. Let's see how that works. If we can get a reasonable sized one. Well, it doesn't have to be a reasonable sized one, of course. So that kind of brings us in. We're starting to get some foliage around the area. We still need to do some decorating inside the place as well. I'm going to whack a sakura here. Just because we can. And again, they are amazingly coloured trees. So here, poplars. I'm going to have to make those. I'm trying to remember how I did them. It was basically, yeah, that. I may need more leaves, but we'll start off with one, say about here, one, and we'll go 1, 2, 3, and then 1. These are simple enough. It was starting to, you start off with like a 1, like a so, and then up 1, and that becomes a, oops, damn it, I should have left that. That can become either a something like that or slightly larger if you wish, and then you come out and do like a so. So it's kind of bulbous at the bottom. Definitely going to want more leaves. And then the next one goes up. You could even get away if you wanted without sticking oak in these, obviously. The next one goes up like this. No. But this one goes maybe up 2, and then you start to taper back in at 2. But I am definitely going to need to take my shears and get a whole load more leaves, because then you're going to start at this, and that's going to go up 2 perhaps, or 3 if you want, you know. Again, there is no hard and fast rule. Out of leaves. Okay, I need to get more oak leaves. Probably the easiest way to do that is, well, I mean, obviously the easiest way to do it is to attack an oak tree with some shears, but I need to grow said oak trees first. So yeah, I'm going to do that. Be back in a second. All right, we've got most of the outside work done now. We've got that in here. We have got this thing going on over here. Now, I did want to just experiment with supports on these, just to give, yeah, I think that kind of adds. We'll have a good look at what I've done with the trees in a moment, because I've basically gone a little bit mad with the old treeage. So we've got a poplar up there. In fact, if we try and get things, we've got a line of poplars down there, a whole load of trees over here. This is all now lit and, you know, overgrown and weeded. I put lots of coarse dirt down, lots of plants down, funguses all the way down. Here is covered. In fact, if we go and try from that exit there, we should hopefully be able to get a kind of a view of what's going on over here. I'm really liking it. It's got that thing. I could put more boulders and stuff around. I don't want it to be too busy though. I'm conscious of the fact that, you know, you can make things too busy, too confusing almost. However, we've got that. We've got mud and everything lining down here, so it just kind of breaks that up. I think you probably might want a little bit of bone meal down here, but I haven't got any on me now, so that's a thing. These are all doing their thing and obviously feeding into where they need to feed into. I would like to place this in here. And we shall place I don't know whereabouts. We pop that there. No, yeah, actually no, that's fine. That works. We'll stick the axe in there, so that gives us a little bit of that going on. We can place a wheelbarrow there, and maybe get one closer to this bit of the farm over here, like that. In terms of hidden lighting, fine, but in terms of visible lighting, which I must admit I do, because obviously that's a light, but I don't like everything being this mystical hidden light blocks that we have. We'll use you up here, and we'll just stick a light on the top, if I can get in there, on the top of that. That kind of, again, just tells the story of where the light's coming from, rather than it just coming from nowhere. So a bit of light there. This will probably, I'm trying to think, 3, yeah, we'll stick a light there. Again, it's going to be visible, a visible light. Again, one outside, that's fine. We shall put one there like so. I think that covers us mainly for lights. Now there's some hanging. Interesting. Why do you not want to place? I mean, you surely need a block to place against. And there, well, there's nothing in the way. That is most peculiar. Because that looks just silly. Alright, let me try something. Let me take you out for starters. And then take you out. Then place you. No, he's not going to take it. So we'll forget that particular little piece of deco craft as being non-functioning. I do, however, need that. That does need to go somewhere out here, and I think we'll place that there. What else have we got? Wind chime. We can stick a wind chime somewhere, can't we? We definitely can't put the wind chime on those, because that will just not work. And that really doesn't work as a place to put a wind chime, does it? Well, that's too high up. Sometimes you pick these things up and then you just actually never get around to using them. But yeah, it's as good a place as any. There's no rhyme or reason to some of this. So similarly, might want a little bit of rope just hanging down in places. We can quite easily do all of that kind of stuff. And stick that there, because I haven't got anywhere, but I don't really want to carry it around with me. We'll stick a rain barrel outside, and we shall have another barrel in here, and then we're going to start looking at the. Out of all the things I've got, most of it is interior stuff now. Lots of barrels. We've got a fireplace. We've got that's about it actually, and lots of barrels. So I think we're going to be looking to do the interior here, and I'm conscious of time because I'm not sure how long I've been going. Let me just double check, and I'll be back in a second. Yeah, I'm coming up to time. I've been a little bit lax with my timekeeping in the last week or so, and I really do need to try and rein myself back. So I'm going to rein myself back. We've still got the interior of that to do, but for the exterior, I think we're pretty much there. So I think we'll get our screenshot for the thing. Really happy with the way that's turned out. We still need to do the little thing around the back there. We still need to furnish inside, but on the whole, I am very happy with that. So join me again on Sunday where we'll be streaming. We'll get that. We'll put this project to bed and get this decorated. And then we'll make a start on something else. Though what that is, I don't know. Any suggestions? Throw them in the comments. But until next time, thanks for watching, guys. As usual, it's always a pleasure to make these for you, and see you soon. Bye for now.